All right, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another edition of You Asked, and I am going to answer. Today we're talking about lighting and communication on set and with the gaffer and with the crew, and we're going to see who's right and who is wrong. Let's go to the question. Okay, this one is from Suckers Club 82. Sorry, but I'll never ever offer you a light at 100% initially, because I just know you'll want some more later on, or you'll even say, can we shoot at 50 plus frames per second? So the most you'll ever see of my lights in the beginning is 50%. So this is in regards to a video that I put out for backlight. In the video, I said that when you fire up a lamp on set, I want to see it at 100% because I want to see where the lamp is actually going. Now, that's not entirely true, okay? I'm not actually doing that all of the time. I would be doing that if I didn't trust the gaffer. If I thought that this person was a complete space cadet, I would want to see it at 100%. What happens in reality, if we're going to be honest, is when you're on the location scout, you say to the gaffer that you have full trust in because guess who hired them? You did. If they suck, guess whose problem it is? Your problem. You're going to have to work a lot harder. On a set, on a commercial set, when we're shooting on the day, I have way more things to deal with than just the level of the lamp. You're problem solving for scenes and setups that you aren't going to shoot for 3 or 4 hours. There's location changes, there's conversations with the director, there's talking with the camera team, there's lots and lots of places to be. What I want to do, what in an ideal world, what happens, and if it's not an ideal world, then we have a bigger problem because I need to make it my ideal world. And I've talked in the past on this channel many times that you have to set the board to be successful in cinematography so that you are operating with every single advantage possible. You don't want to leave everything into the last minute. You know what happens at the last minute? Hot garbage. You do not want to leave it to chance. You want repeatable results. How do you do that? You identify problems in the future and you solve them before they become an issue. That's how you make yourself useful. What does useful get you? Useful gets you value. You're valuable. To who? To the entire production. If you're valuable to the entire production, guess what you get? More jobs. What do you want? More jobs. Why? So that you can live. And you can also have fun doing it, and you get a good reputation. You can be happy and relaxed on set. Okay, so what normally happens on set is after the location scout, when you say to the gaffer that you trust, listen, I want a big lamp through the window, I want this sort of mood, this sort of vibe, you have a conversation. And then you show up on the day, and all of those things come together, and you barely have to check on them. And the gaffer is going to do their best to light the thing as nice as possible. Okay, and what's going to happen is I'm going to walk in to the set, I'm going to look at what they're doing and how they're building it, and we're going to make incremental adjustments. Okay, we're going to make tiny little, can I get 10% off the backlight? Can I see a stop up, a stop down? Let's lose some fill, let's back up the neg. All of the things that are going to be happening very, very rapidly. Okay, I'm not going to say fire up the backlight at 100%. I can't see where it's going. It's like it should already be in the ballpark. Let's be realistic. Like I don't have time to see that from every single lamp. Now, if I didn't trust the person, if I was gaffing and I'm talking to my crew and I don't trust my crew, well, now I want to see everything at 100% because I'm just sitting there looking at the lighting the entire time. In reality, as a cinematographer, if your gaffer can't light better than you, as in can't set the levels, at least in the ballpark, we have a serious, serious problem. That is a problem that you don't want to have longer than you have to. And if you're on a job and you realize, wait a second, this gaffer is a space cadet and all this stuff looks like garbage, and now I have to do all of the work. Guess what happens? I do all of that work for this job, and then I never see that person again because they have just cost me so much time and missed opportunity on other things that could be affecting the final image. So that's on you. If you have bad crew, guess who it's a reflection of? You. If you have bad crew, do everything in your power to get good crew because that will improve the final image more than anything else you could do, more than any YouTube video you could watch, more than any new skill that you could learn, more than anything. If you can tell people the vision that you have and let them work their area of expertise, that is the key to success. Now, the problem is it's not that easy to get really good crew to work for you. I mean, it is. If times are slow and you're the only person working, maybe. But if they don't like you, it's very easy for busy crew to just say, you know what, I'm going to take a pass this time. So you have to have a vision, and then you have to provide a work environment that is not relaxing, but but it's comfortable and it's nice to work in, and you're enthusiastic and you're constructive and you're cheerful. All those things sound super easy. It's hard to do over and over and over, time and time again, whether you're working with different production companies or different directors or in different locations. Some of them are harder than others. It's like you can eliminate a whole bunch of stress for everyone involved in the process if you know what you're doing, as in you know the choices that you want to make, and you can communicate them with everyone around you. Because I want to put all of the pressure on all of the people around me to do their jobs as good as they can. If they're not better at their jobs than I am at their jobs, we got problems. Now, I have to be pretty good at all of the jobs to identify whether or not a person is a space cadet, whether I'm asking too much of them. And you get that through experience and through realizing just how much can be done in a 45-minute setup. Like, does it really take 30 minutes to get the Jenny set up and get the lights down for the first setup and get all the cable run? Like, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it takes 20. You work with a good crew and you're like, wait a second, this did take me 45 minutes before, now it's taking me 20. And that 20, any time saved is time where I get with the last, I always call it the last 7 minutes on set, is where all of the lights are in place. And now we can make those little micro adjustments on angle or level or haze or ambient or whatever it is that actually moves the needle. I want that time. I'm trying to maximize that time all of the time. So I want to look for those things. But in reality, if you're asking for a lamp at 100% because you don't know where it's going, that's a red flag. That's like, that's like air traffic control, right? With like the glow sticks directing the plane. That would be like a stop, tools down, whatever you're doing is wrong. That we got to this point because you did something wrong. You hired the wrong people, or you didn't communicate clearly enough, and you might be able to save it a little bit on the day. But the best thing that you can do is analyze your process of how you got there in the first place. How did you end up with a gaffer that cannot light better than you? Like, you should be able to get it in the ballpark. If you can't get it in the ballpark, oh man, it's trouble. It's a lot of trouble. Okay. So do yourselves a favor, hire really good people and know what really good people and how really good people work, and then treat them very nicely. Ta-da, that's your career advice for the day. Okay, if you like this kind of content, if you want more extended breakdowns, more cinematography content is designed to make you better at this job so that you can get more work, so you can have a much better life. Easiest way to do it and to support the channel at the exact same time is over on Patreon. The link is in the description below. It's there as a knowledge resource. There's hundreds of hours of videos and podcasts going through breakdowns, doing behind the scenes stuff. Hopefully it's a resource that you can use to fast forward your timeline, going from I don't know much, or maybe I know the technical and the creative sides, but how do I communicate that with everyone? What's the timelines for doing that? What are the best practices? That is all there over on Patreon. It's how I'm also able to do all of these videos in the first place, and I appreciate the support. Okay, that's going to do it for this one. Many thanks. We'll see you in the next one.